once we last left off, yeah, what up, Connor? Nice of you to view us playing again. So, once we last left off, you guys had just invaded Fredrickson's home. You did a B&E, a legal B&E, I should say, and were attacked by Skelly Boys that were magically enhanced in several ways. Ultimately defeating them. At the end of this, Mason informs you guys that he needs to go file his report with his boss, aka his brother, Captain Mayhew. So,
Just looking. We haven't even looked at the escape site yet, you lazy bastard. Shaking my fist at him as he leaves.
So not for naught, you guys basically have the rest of the day to yourselves as a group.
Well, we still needed to look at where the person escaped from. Doesn't really change what we were doing.
Ah, right, you guys were going to go to the jailhouse, weren't you?
Yeah. We have the same mission as Mason, so him not being here doesn't necessarily change that. He doesn't just go, "Oh, I guess I'll go home now. Mason's not around."
Precisely. I knew that. I planned it that way. Ha 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 ha.
Brandon, go to Zach's house and smack him.
I am not Mandrake.
Yeah, he would have been ready.
His name was Mandark.
Mandark, you are correct. It was Mandark. Oh my god.
Mandrake is the plant that screams.
Yeah. Look, I haven't seen Dexter's Laboratory in, I don't know, 12 years. Excuse me while I feel really old, because I realized that 12 years I was only 17. So it's closer to 15 years ago. Cool, I'm gonna go cry in a corner now, guys.
Do that.
Alright. So yeah, you guys make your way. It's not very far away. You go to the jailhouse. And as you approach, I mean, the people here already know that you are kind of on a, lack of a better word, a squadron with Mason. And they just kind of let you in. Once you walk inside the jailhouse, most of you have not ever been inside the jail. Poggoth. Nice, Connor. When you guys walk inside, I don't think any of you have actually been in jail for any reason.
Wasn't you?
Not
any illegal reason.
Maybe Hayes for drunk and disorderly.
And assault and battery from a few times.
You're attacking women? That's fucked up. What is it with your characters in attacking women?
No,
I mean,
people.
did they attack him first?
No, obviously not.
Assault and battery just goes for anyone. It doesn't go for women. What the fuck?
This is really fucked up, Brandon. I think you need to see a therapist.
You need to stop twisting my fucking words.
Hey,
Patron might have been hucked in there for a code blue situation.
Well, we'll stop twisting your words when you stop twisting that tweet.
I'm sorry. Did you just say Patron went in for a code blue situation?
Yeah. You know, where they take the homeless people off the street, put them in shelter so that they don't die from freezing.
Right. The police have a different code blue than... Okay. Whew. Hospital code blue is when your heart stops. That's what I immediately thought of.
I mean, why not both?
Patron might be undead. We don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
No, you don't.
I don't.
That's fun, isn't it?
You didn't even know what we were doing today.
That's actually true. Alright. So yeah, as you guys walk inside, obviously it's all like thick, heavy wood. There's the classic iron bars on both sides of the hallway. Some of which are heavily engraved, and some of them have just a iron plate door with scratchings on the outside. You're assuming they're scratching on the inside too. You know that some of these are designed specifically to hold magic casters from being able to do things like teleport away and stuff like that. Um,
We also know that Dick was moved to one because Cecilia was fucking with him.
Yeah.
yeah. Now, as you walk through this hallway, you see there are paw prints up and down, burnt into the wood. You see, it looks like scorch marks along the walls of the hallways. And finally, you come to one of those heavy iron doors that are clearly made, like the cell is clearly made to hold magic casters inside. And those of you that can cast magic, as the doors open, as you approach it, you can feel something like a faint buzzing beneath your skin, like something is wrong, like it's disconnecting you from the magical weave of the world.
Do the scorch marks stop when we start feeling that buzzing?
Not quite. The scorch marks are not inside the room itself, but the door's hinges are blown off, so it's kind of stuck swinging on like the last hinge. There's not really anything they can do to lock it back shut. Like the locks blew off of it. But yeah, it looks like a bomb blew it open, basically. Yeah, as you peer inside, it looks like any other cell room, except for there's carvings all over the place. The inside of it is lined with iron instead of wood as well, because that's harder to scrape off than wood.
How did they carve in it?
Magic.
How? The room's anti-magic.
That's how the room is anti-magic, is the runes that are engraved and everything. Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't. I didn't.
I thought you meant he had carved them.
Yeah, that's my bad. I should have clarified that better. Sorry.
Okay, I was like, wait. He did what to iron? We killed him in 2 hits, motherfucker. Don't you lie to me.
Might be a little more difficult now. Well, next time.
Sounds like he has help.
Yeah.
It's not that he himself will be more difficult. Still can just, hit him with a few magic missiles and run away.
You said that there were scorched, paw prints going towards the cell, right?
Yep. Going towards the cell, going towards a couple bloodstains that are on the floor where there's clearly dead guards, which I left out because I'm a bad DM. And then there's scorch marks heading back out. The paw prints, anyway.
Did we see any of them coming into the jailhouse?
Nope, they seem to start just a couple feet into the jailhouse. As if a dog had wandered into the jailhouse and then caught fire. Like a big dog, like a wolf. Big canine.
Well, it confirms the theory that someone helped him leave.
Yes, I doubt that he could create fire dogs.
That sounds pretty cool, actually. Fire dogs.
All the guards look at you as you say that.
Including
not
one of the dead ones.
No,
Not in
listen,
person, but in
only
concept.
one of us. Listen, only one of us can make fire animals, and mine is a snake.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Two of the guards approach you. Say, we need to ask you a few questions.
We're already on this case. So does your order supersede the order of that of Eric?
We need to check with the captain first.
Go along then.
And they both promptly leave. Of course, it's only a couple hundred feet from the door of the guardhouse.
A couple more minutes of not having to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
Patron is going to go into the cell and give it a quick once-over.
As you walk in, it feels like your skin's being peeled off. It's not a comfortable feeling. You feel all the magic in your bones just fucking leave you all at once. But as you look inside, there's nothing of significance in the room other than, obviously, the anti-magic runes carved all over the place. It is one of the rooms with no window, though. They don't allow that shit.
Yeah, not for magic users.
Mm-mm. But yeah, there's nothing really inside to be seen. Most of the time, people are put in here, they don't have anything on them but the clothes on their back. Actually, let me see something. Really? Oh my god. D&D Beyond's being difficult. Oh, I stand corrected. There would be a bit of a fine line of a yellowish powder on the floor and towards the corner of the wall, where the wall meets the floor.
What does it smell like?
It smells like rotten eggs.
CC, do you know chemistry?
Yes, sulfur.
Without even looking.
We're insignificant about sulfur.
It's a component for a lot of spells, most of them having to do with fire. Sulfur and phosphorus are pretty key in those.
Does the line have like a hard stop where the cell is?
No, that kind of flows into there. Kind of fans out a bit into the room, actually. Roll insight.
That's gonna be a 14.
All right. With that, I will say, yeah, you get the vague feeling that something was punching below its weight class to break Fredrickson out. Like, they didn't have to do this. This seems like it would have been a waste of their time if they could blow an anti-magic door off and summon fire dogs.
What, you can't summon fire? I thought everyone could summon fire dogs.
Wait, you can summon fire dogs?
No,
thought
I
that
can't
could
summon a fucking fire dog. That's a level or two spell higher than I have right now.
It's gonna get real confusing once you can.
Oh, yes.
I do think that whatever was doing this is way stronger than whatever the guards could put in the front of it to stop it.
Also way stronger than that dickhead.
Yeah.
To be fair though, I'm pretty sure a house cat is stronger than that dickhead.
You look over, a house cat is broke in and is beating up a guard currently for his milk.
Yep.
Which leads me to the question of why.
I still think it was to, make the captain of the guard look bad. Because I cannot in any way fathom a world where someone would want to use or save that man for his own abilities.
The only thing that they could possibly think of is they need some sort of body, but he is one of thousands in the city that they could have.
If they needed a body, they could have just grabbed any number of sweet tooths.
It's about now when you hear the guards start reapproaching.
Hurry, summon your fire snake.
Passion looks up. Hella.
Are you still standing in the cell?
Yes.
Nothing happens.
I mean, good. I was just saying hello.
Oh.
hello, your spirit did a chest.
Bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The spear speaks to you.
So yeah, those two guards walk back in. All right. Captain Mayhew says we're to leave you alone. Have a good day.
Cool.
I
Thank you.
just do like the Fonzie like finger snap at him.
Off camera, they just got yelled at for interrupting a meeting between Eric and Mason.
Perfect. Even better.
I'm gonna have to remember that next week. Then you hear from down the hallway. Hi guys. I know you. Yeah, you're Meister's partners, right?
I look at Patrick. Do you hear something?
It sounds like there's a cat being mauled by a coyote.
Oh, come on, guys. That's
Maybe
not
it's
nice.
maybe it's some kind of ghost.
Come on, guys. I can help with this investigation.
I look at the
You
guards.
alright?
I think you're gonna have to deal with the hunting.
They're all laughing. They're supposed to
Do
be
you know
composed.
anything about magical flaming dogs?
Oh, yeah. They're real hot.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, really. They're so hot. Like, they're made of fire and stuff.
No, I mean I need you to leave.
No,
Were you
I...
here when this happened?
No, my mom was giving me a bath.
You look 17.
Uh,
Why is your mother still bathing you?
doesn't your mom bathe you?
My mother is dead.
Oh, then you wouldn't get it.
No, I don't think I would, Oedipus.
You guys are looking at me like I'm weird.
Sorry, there's a. Unfortunately, we signed a clause for this group that says people who it only allows people who bathe themselves.
That's a really specific clause. It doesn't even make sense.
We had a lot of people with terrible
How
hygiene. And
how
we
can
had
that
to
be
add-
in a professional contract? That's kind of fucked up.
It's well, we don't really live in a modern society, do we?
This is as modern as it gets. This is literally the most modern time we've ever existed in.
That you know of.
Whoa, man.
I just-
I need to go have a good think now.
Yeah, just shoo him away.
Poor Silvers.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can tell if the dog walked in or if it was summoned directly inside the building.
So, again, everything's kind of coated in that fine sulfur powder. It does seem a bit thicker towards the entranceway, and there's kind of like that scorch marks around where the paws came from. So it does look like they were summoned inside the hallway.
All right.
I can give you that without, because you're arcane inclined, and I don't need you to roll for that. It's pretty obvious.
So yeah, it just seems like someone of a much higher magical capability came in, summoned dogs, killed the men, broke them out, left. Why they did that, I'm still leaning towards to make Eric look bad, but I suppose we could entertain other options no matter how unlikely it is that someone actually wants that man. Oh dear. Oh, what
Could
a
it be
piece
that
of
they
shit.
needed some sort of into the guards? And
Oh, he
happens
was
to be
fired.
just corrupt enough to allow them that when he was still working.
Well, you would think that they would have, just let him be executed or something. if that were the case. Like, let him rot in jail. Who's gonna believe him, after all?
Maybe they needed a vessel and he was the most expendable one they had.
But again, sweet tooths.
That's also true.
Like, the more I think about it, the harder it is to reasonably consider him useful in any regard other than to make Eric look bad.
They might need him for guard patrol times.
You see Cecilia thinks about it for a second, looks at you. You think you actually remember this, though?
You would remember at least his. Maybe.
We need your patrol times and the routes. Alright, so I did this from here to this on this day, and this from here to this on that day. No, we need the other people's routes. Why the fuck would I know?
Oh my god, you guys.
Maybe information about the other guards, but that could probably be gotten through some other spy network. If they're powerful enough to make flaming dogs and explosions, they probably have at least one spy among them.
Yeah, probably. Do we know if anyone actually survived this whole shindig, or did everyone in the building just, die?
We know that there were 7 deaths. I'm not sure if I would leave just 7 people here to guard everyone.
So,
Because if we can find someone who saw someone come in, that's a lead. If we can't, then unfortunately we're not rocking a lot of information that's actionable at the moment.
So a tallish man with black hair and green eyes introduces himself to you guys as you're chit-chatting.
Where the fuck did you come from?
Oh, hey, man.
Magic missile, 2nd level. I'm just kidding.
Counterspell. Now, calm down.
Dagger, counterspell this.
Just fucking catches it.
That's not a spell, you cheater. I wouldn't do any of that.
I'm Sergeant Mayhew. Think you know my brother.
Yes.
Mason, yeah. Now, I overheard you talking. Everyone that was here, all the guards that were here last night, all dead.
So there were 7 here total.
7 or 8 guards, something like that. They're all dead. Yeah, that's real fucked
Anyone
up.
in particular wants you to lose your seat, sir?
Literally so many people. We do our job so well. This is so... See, I overheard
There's literally no other reason to break that man out.
Well,
He's so worthless that even the offer of a bat's shit would be more use to the average spellcaster.
The only hole in your theory that I can think of is if they were trying to make my older brother look bad, why didn't they just let everybody go instead of just this one guy who just got in that afternoon?
Too many things to cover up. You know how hard it would be to hide that many people that you'd helped out?
I mean, that's true.
You're much more likely to get caught that way.
That's fair. I mean, these people did have, like, a lot of magic and stuff. They could have just teleported them away. Apparently...
No, they couldn't have anti-magic cell.
Civilian witnesses saw them teleport from outside the building, which we don't have a lot of control over, obviously. Yeah.
So are you gonna be helpful, or...
Nope, just gonna poke holes in your theories.
Well, you didn't, though. I absolutely heavily refuted it. Anyone with any cogent thought wouldn't free everyone if their goal was just to make one person look bad. Because that's just gonna get you found.
He shrugs. Alright.
Like, if you steal 500 gold pieces over 1 gold piece, you're more likely to be hunted down and found over those 500. It's easier to track a larger number.
Did Richardson have any friends outside of the guard? Listen, I know it's a ridiculous thought, but it's at least something.
when we told Fredrickson's mom that he was in prison, she said, "Good. All right, he ain't got no friends, man."
Well, he was always boasting about something. Did any of that lead to anything of use that could be used during this?
Oh, he was one of those guys that always walked around saying he had big stuff planned. This is just a temporary. You know the guy.
Did
Thinks.
he mention any specifics on those plans?
No, never, never. You know those kind of guys that just keep saying, "Oh, they got plans for something," but never
Yeah,
can
and
tell you what their
then
plans
they
are.
then they get rocked in less than 6 seconds.
Exactly. He's just a shit talker. I don't know how he found someone to actually let him out. Hey, look, that is good proof for your theory.
It's almost like I thought a lot about it. She just stares at him.
He does not. He starts itching his ear, like the inside of his ear. Flicks some wax off of it.
I'll message Patron. The apple didn't fall off the tree this time, did they? Just kind of got stuck up there and eaten by bugs.
Are you calling him a rotten apple?
Yes.
I mean, he do be a cop.
And not a good one. Alright, other than our dear Mason, who else did he go on rounds with? Because beyond questioning them and his mother, we're kind of out of options.
Most of them died last night, actually. Hey, that's a weird
I have
connection.
a feeling that this was planned by him to cover up tracks.
Yeah, that's a weird connection I didn't think about till just now. Huh. I mean, there's
How
all.
did he plan it? He's not even smart enough not to eat rotten cheese.
He did also go out with Silvers the one time. And he looks over your shoulder. It looks like Silver's just having a mental breakdown. It might be a while before he can talk again.
Oh yeah, I made it clear that we have very little knowledge over the actuality of history, and that his perception on the matter was vastly underwhelming. So
Look,
now he's trying to figure out essentially the scale of the universe, and if he comes back from it, I'll honestly be kind of proud. I've seen other people just not return from that thought process.
he starts itching the side of his face. He goes, "Look, I know you're friends with Mason and all, but could you not give my fellow guards existential crisis? We're kind of short on men at the moment."
He was bothering us. It's how I work.
Alright. Well, I gotta get the prisoners their food rounds. Y'all have a good day.
Yep. Look back at Patron. Alright. Fiery dogs. Someone helped him. Spell was set at his place before they helped him because it would have taken time to draw those runes.
And everyone he seemed to have worked with perished.
And our last bit of evidence is that, frankly, he appeared useless by all extents and means of the matter, including in the efficacy of his jaw at blocking punches to the face.
Oh, I forgot y'all did that. Just punched him out. Alright.
I mean, I guess we could bring that to Eric and my bosses, but like I said, other than maybe talking to his mother, I can't think of much else at the moment.
We talk to his mother, and then we come back, see if Silvers is done with Crisis.
Oh man, what if there's no edge to the universe? What if it just goes on forever and there's more and
there's
more?
not.
And it just keeps going on infinitely. But but the God's bodies lay out there somewhere. So what? He's
Just message him on our way out. More importantly, what if the god's body is only partially within yourself?
You just hear from inside.
Photo is
You
mine.
just hear from inside. Oh God!
Ah,
You've ruined this
that
poor
was
child.
fun.
He's gonna be in the insane asylum now,
Worth.
and this is where he changes his name to Krebin.
Also worth. That also explains why he's fucking the child of a god.
So yeah, you're able to easily find information on where Fredrickson's mom lives, and you head over there. Apparently, she lives over in Porton.
Oh, great.
Yeah, isn't that fun? Or no, not Porton. Old Town. Old Town. My bad.
Oh, that's better.
A little better, yeah. Not far from the Church of Lumen, actually. Like a block away.
Now, Cece, I know that you enjoy speaking, but you can be somewhat abrasive.
Oh, go ahead. You can talk to this person.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm still reveling in in the damage I caused.
So as you guys arrive, who knocks on the door?
Me.
Okay. You hear thump, slide, thump, slide, thump, slide. And opening the door is a haggardy human woman, obviously. It's just, who are you?
Hey, hello. We are from the guard station. We're here with a few questions about...
Oh God, is this about my idiot son again? Just hang the boy already.
We would, but he was broken out.
By who? He doesn't have any fucking friends.
Well, with what we know, it seemed like powerful caster.
Again, he doesn't have any friends. That doesn't make any sense.
Did he have any business associates outside of the guard?
Not really. He was kind of just one of those shit talkers that always said he had plans, but never really actually had anything. You boys need a glass of milk?
Did he have any particular...
No, don't worry about that. Our friend behind us provides us with plenty of dairy. I point to the cheesemaker.
Oh,
He's silent a lot.
where's my order? You're a week behind.
He does that.
Leaving the cheese for later, did he have any particular books or media that he liked to talk about?
I mean, just come in. I'll show you to his room.
As for the cheese, it should be here next week. You ordered a very specific kind.
That's what you said 2 weeks ago.
This is a very difficult process. Cheese does not always turn out right. Sometimes you gotta...
You're terrible at your job. I paid in advance. I'm paying in
Like I
advance.
said,
I mean,
have it
sounds
free.
like they're
You
fine
make
at their job at running a business. You're just bad at planning for business.
I don't like you.
So maybe you're bad with your money.
I don't like you.
Anyway, his room.
You're kind
Please,
of a bitch.
lead the way.
Just start a fight with your only fucking lead.
You're barely even a lead. In worst case scenario, I knock him out and look in the room anyway.
It's barely even us starting the fight.
She's so abrasive.
Man, now I know where Fredrickson... Was it Fredrickson?
Yeah.
I thought it was Dick.
I've been calling him Richardson this entire time.
It's,
Continue.
it's Fredrickson.
I haven't even
Got a
been
name?
calling him a name, to be honest. I kind of refuse.
So yeah, she shows you to it's a 9x8 room. The walls are lined with posters of old-timey comic book characters.
Define old-timey.
Oh look, it's Jesus.
Yeah, basically. There's a bunch of little statued figurines of different characters from religious stories, Lumen, uh, etc., etc.
I would suggest
Any
no one touch.
unsavory figures?
I suggest no one touch the statue of Lyra, or soon. Just based on what I know about the boy, don't touch them for your own good.
Are there any figurines of unsavory figures?
Um, I mean, the way he has it, he does have it organized, and it goes from like lawful good characters to the more chaotic evils, and it looks like he was just filling out a whole collection. So all the unsavories are on the far right side, but there are
Do
different.
any of them look like his favorite?
Is this man
Roll.
just a weeb that took the phase too far?
Roll perception.
Alright, let's see how this weeb got out of here. Okay, not terrible. 10% above average. That makes it a 15.
Okay. So, one of them is kind of placed more towards the front. You see that it is the paint on it's more worn down in typical spots where someone would hold them while like observing them up close. Seems like he did that often. It is a figurine of it's a smoke-like demon creature with big black horns that extend from and glowing, well, not glowing in this instance, but red eyes centered in the facial part. The headpiece is shaped kind of like a bowl, but it's again all wrapped in this swirling smoke design.
Oh, hey, patron. You recognize who this is? It seems like it's been kind of put front and center.
Patron's gonna kneel down and look closely at it. Does he recognize it?
Roll religion.
I'll roll one as well.
Hi, buddy.
2.
9.
So that's a 9 to both of you. It does seem to be his favorite, but neither of you really recognize who it is. Must be some kind of minor demon or something.
Hey!
I'm gonna go.
Lady!
What?
He seemed to like this figurine. Do you know who it is?
Oh.
Like, did he ever talk about it, just incessantly, even when you were trying not to pay attention? You're trying to read your book, and he's just like, oh, and then this person did that, and it was so cool. He's that kind of thing.
He did that with all his little toys.
Yeah, but this one.
That one's Pikachu.
God damn it.
It's essentially what she says.
I kill her.
Did he say that any of them could body Goku?
She says, yeah, that one, and that one, and that one, and that.
This one looks like Yamcha.
She absolutely does. She absolutely does the '90s mom thing when kids were talking about their Pokemon cards, and their mom's like, "Oh, that's a nice Pikachu." She could not care less about his toys.
Patron is going to pocket the smoky demon figure.
Okay.
I can bring it to the priest or whatever.
Bring it to someone with knowledge.
Then I guess we'll just look around the room, see if he's got any weird magic or religious texts or messages in code.
Okay.
Same shit that we were looking for in his house and didn't find.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Much better. 19.
You are able to. You dread doing it, but you do go under his bed. It's got that.
You mean my unseen servant goes under his bed, and my mage hand go under his bed while I watch?
Okay, as they do, you see the unseen servant kind of bumps a board, and you watch it a floorboard wiggle.
you'll see the like fingers waggle on the hand as it kind of starts prying it up.
Inside, it finds a necklace, like an amulet necklace, and a book bound in a sort of blackened leather.
Hey Patrick, we found something else.
It's got a little bit of like rat shoe marks on the corner.
Looky, we got a bookie.
Uh,
And not the kind that, you pay for gambling.
does the book have a title written on it?
There's nothing written in it, just kind of some. Does anyone read Abyssal?
No.
Fuck no.
Alright, well then you can't read the one ruin inscribed on the front of it.
It's like we've got some actual evidence now, at least. I say we run these by a priest. We're not far from a temple after all.
Yeah, you're
And
less than a block away from the Church of Lumen.
We can run the conglomeration of the of our findings by an authority figure or something.
That sounds like
That way, even if we find more information that we'll go look into afterwards, they at least have the path to start on in case we are brutally murdered, consumed, sold, etc.
bargained off against our will.
That kind of thing. Turned into rat meat. Turned into a rat.
You hear a squeak below the floorboards.
Fredrickson, is that you? You're suddenly so much more bearable.
You hear the mom off in the distance, like, that boy better not be back in my house.
I'll fucking kill him myself!
All I can think of is fucking Minnie from Prostitute Mickey.
What the
Can
fuck?
you at least remember the number? It had some sevens in it. And, one of those ones with a circle on the bottom? Six? No, one of the other ones. Such a fucked up video.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So.
That's because you have not lived.
Hey, puppy dog.
I didn't say it, the Bible did.
Anyway. Sweet boy. So yeah.
Leviticus 3:19, thou shalt watch weird internet cartoons. Specifically the prostitution of Mickey.
My dude.
So
Like our one viewer cares, they're an atheist.
You don't know that.
I mean
Connor,
right.
are you an atheist? I'm pretty sure you've said it before. So I think I do know that.
My family was into the whole religion thing, but then I thought about all of the stories for like 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, I had some deep reservations about the story of Job when I was growing up. I'm like, so you're saying God shat all over this dude because he wanted to prove he would keep worshiping him? And that's a good thing?
Mine was always the whale one.
There are no less than 2 places in the Bible where incest would become necessary for humanity to continue existing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the whale one's more plausible. If you get swallowed by a whale or a whale shark, they will typically cough you back up because you're too big for them to digest.
Huh.
They eat krill, not people.
That's fair. Still, as a kid, I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
An orca, however, an orca will fuck your day.
An orca will sling you into the air, slap you onto the ground, or into the surface of the water.
For about 45 minutes straight, and then they won't even eat you.
Yeah,
They swim away. They have their fun.
Orcas will eat moose. They have no qualms.
They
Like most intelligent creatures, they kill for fun.
they flip sharks over because they know sharks become incapacitated, and then they rip them apart.
Well, and they only eat its liver because they know the rest of it's not doesn't like go good with them. They can't eat the rest of the shark healthily.
So
Messes
messed
them
up. So messed up.
Smart animals are messed up.
God,
Every
yeah.
single one of them.
Yeah. All of them kill for fun.
Dolphins
Fun
are so
fact.
cruel as well.
Alright, so before we go any further down this road, you guys were going to the Church of Lumen, right? Or the Church of the Ancients, which is much farther away.
I mean, the Lumen's right there.
Yeah, Lumen is right there.
They just go to lots of different people in there. One of them should know something.
It's a fair assessment. So yeah, you guys head out. You take your new evidence.
I just have fucking I just have the servant carrying it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't
Servant
want
have
to
the
touch anything
Patrick
that
Brown
was
thing.
under his bed.
Even the servants like holding it at distance rather than like up close to it, like dangling it from a corner.
One question: when you open the book, do the pages crack?
God damn it, Brandon.
It's an honest question.
It is a well-worn book.
Can I cast kill on Brandon?
Brandon, you do a die.
You do a die.
Counterspell.
You commit no longer living.
Ah, see, one of the specifics of the spell is if you counterspell it, you die twice.
Yep. Your soul can't be revived.
So you die, and then you come back, and then you die again, and it's even worse the second time.
I should affect the spell to someone else.
Spell specifically designed that if you counterspell it, it hits you even harder.
Alright, so you guys approach.
Oh, I know what I'm making for my game next.
Damn it.
Is it the spell die?
Maybe.
It can
I
only
might
do
make
it.
it. I might make it I'd. EID. You know, be a little clever about it.
The only person that can learn it is Adrian.
The only person that can learn it is my fucking villain.
Oh, that's
I
so
will
fucked
send
up.
you to Jesus.
Your villain's already a goddamn lich.
One of them. He's not
One of
even the main one. He's just kind of out there.
A lich in his family, who are all also liches.
No, Damien's the Lich family, and he's in their squad.
Anyway, we go to the Church of Lumen.
Yeah. Sorry, just having a bit of an existential crisis here. So,
Then you have something in common with Silvers.
no, his is much worse. I had that existential crisis when I was 9. It's okay.
I have so many more to give him.
When I was a child, I watched a lot of documentaries, so, yeah.
Same.
Same.
It's where I get a lot of my useless knowledge from.
My stepmom was
Same.
a teacher, so she brought home all those. There's a specific brand of educational movies about animals, and I watched every single one of them like 3 times. Because she would just bring them back from the library, and I'd chill in the living room and be like, "Did you know snakes fuck in a pile?" Except, you know, not quite that. Like, that's the fucking one.
That song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the series.
That was my shit, dude. you said
Eyewitness. Eyewitness is, I think, DK Witness. DK Eyewitness. That's
Okay.
what the brand is called.
I couldn't remember it, but as soon as you said a name brand one, that song popped in my head like a ghost from the fucking past.
Well, because it was also shown in classes for students our age.
Yep. That's exactly why. It was my favorite thing. Dude, I loved science as a kid.
No, it's way better until you have to start doing scientific method. I think it's better to say that I love what comes from science. I fucking hate doing it.
Alright. We gotta get back on
Hate
topic.
doing
We
it.
gotta get back on topic. You guys approach the Church of Lumen. Which there's a lot of sun iconography. Just to summarize, Lumen is my stand-in for Lathander. Thank you.
Oh, I thought it was Tiamat's ball set.
I almost said Allmater, which is technically correct.
You mean Ilmater?
Ilmater. No, Allmater.
It's an I.
Is it?
And Ilmater's also not the same person you're thinking of.
That's fair. It's been a while, man.
Ilmater's the god of, what do you call it? People who get shat on, basically.
He's the god of scat porn.
Well, he's the god who appears like all bloodied and beaten and is always there to help others and take on their pain.
Mm. Anyway,
Martyrs. He's the god of martyrs.
It's been a while since I visited any pantheon that isn't mine. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of sun iconography. There's a lot of worship the morning lord. There's a lot of gold filigree and embroidering inside a large marble chapel. I'm dying on something.
Maybe we are the D&D game.
Brandon, shut up. At best, we're NPCs.
Exactly.
Except for Monty. Monty is a main character for sure.
Oh, then you're the tragic backstory waiting to happen.
Yep.
Honestly, at the rate the world's going, I might go from NPC to villain soon.
I mean, Texas is a horrible state.
Heroic villain. Anyway,
Anti-hero.
I don't know.
That's-
genocide.
that's post-talk shit. Let's get back to the game.
Genocide.
So as you approach, surprisingly, because you're not on the hour, there is no service happening at the moment. But you do know that the Church of Lumen has a service every hour on the hour. They're one of those places.
Every day?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
As long as the sun shines and whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds like such a pain in the ass.
They are.
Never get anything done.
Yep. They have like 4 priests. I think it's 4 priests I wrote down. I don't have those notes in front of me right now. So they all take turns, so they have time to plan out their sermons or whatever for the next day.
Does the smoky figured statue have any reaction to us coming inside?
No, this is just a figurine. It's like a clay model that he painted.
Listen, figurines got power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes they're an owl.
God damn it. Anyway. So yeah, you see kind of just people that work in the church in churchy garb, just running around, cleaning, readjusting seats, lining books into the pews, etc., etc. You do see the head priest up at the podium or pulpit or whatever you'd like to call it, standing behind there, kind of reading
Okay.
his book.
Patron is going to walk to the head priest.
He looks up. I don't recognize you, my little lost soul.
Yes, this is because we have never met. We're looking for some details on things involving. He holds out a hand to the unseen servant for the book.
You can tell it's trying to stretch his arm out without looking at it. Like, ew, get it away from me.
Patron takes the book, shows it to the high priest. This, and also he pulls out the figurine. This.
He looks at he takes the figurine and sets it on his pulpit. He opens the book and he's reading through and he looks at the figurine, looks down at some drawings. Well.
What fan fiction is this?
Is this yours?
No.
Suspects.
Hmm.
Well, if not suspect, we already know he's committed crimes.
Perpetrator?
Perpetrator.
Well, whoever owns this should be burned for heresy. Classic.
Noted.
This is classic demon worship.
Would you happen to know what demon specifically?
He rambles on about many different demons in here. This figurine seems to be one named the Gray One. Bit of a lazy name.
Better than nothing, I guess. Could be called the shit.
Please don't use that
If I
type
were
of
going
language
to
in
name
this
this-
church.
If I were going to name him, I would call him the one whose limbs are smoke.
Help.
Again, not very creative, but I guess it is better than the Gray One.
I think I would call it Bob. Just looks like a Bob to me. Real Bobbert vibes.
Bob to you? This is the third thing you've named Bob.
Mm.
Is
There-
there anything in there about where he would go if he wanted to do anything that would, like, advance his standing with these demons?
I take it you have not read this book yet.
I can't.
My dear child, we give free classes every weekend.
And I
On the
could, but I
pistol?
didn't. I'm also capable of reading it if I spend 10 minutes getting ready. I just didn't really want to touch it. Wanted to get information off of someone else first before I got in there.
Hold on.
He shows
Hold on.
he's-
I still need to hear about why you're offering free abyssal lessons.
No. The rune on the book on the front is abyssal. The inside is all common.
Zach, that is not what you said.
You didn't ask what's inside. You said what's written on the outside of the book. You never asked what was inside the book.
Turn, you may roll to hit DM.
You didn't specify sharpshooter.
That's my bad. I saw in the title that it was abyssal. I assumed the whole thing was abyssal.
Honestly, that's a fair assumption. But not being able to read abyssal is much better than not being able to read common. Much better.
Every single race come with common now because of that.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
is there any particular place that he mentioned of going if he ever ran into trouble and wanted to entreat the demons, I guess?
Well, this isn't quite a diary per se, but it does say something about a meeting, a group meeting, family meeting, something like that.
Is there a location and time with that?
There does not appear to be one.
I find it very hard to believe he didn't write down somewhere because you know he would forget where it is.
I don't-
Absolutely.
I don't-
Total moron.
Wait, is this about the boy who escaped prison last night?
Yes, but he didn't escape. He was broken out by other forces.
Well, he looks down at the book. Hopefully not these forces.
There were fiery
Doesn't
dogs
mention it.
involved, so it does seem probable.
You watch as you say that, his skin begins turning pale.
I'm guessing that's not a good sign.
He makes a sign
I
of
mean,
lumen.
maybe he's not a dog person.
He makes the sign of lumen. And then he says, no, that's not good. I've never heard of this gray one, but it doesn't seem like a good thing. He reads through. It appears this one likes to eat children and burn people.
Really, he didn't even try to expand out on it, did it?
Really did not.
I'll write a note at the top of the page that just renames the demon from Grey One to Basic Bitch.
I mean, it still falls in line of terrifying. Anything that eats children is usually pretty scary, I think.
I mean, in the right circumstance, a rat would eat a child.
It's still the most
This
horrific
is
thing
also
any
very
creature
true.
could do. Just
Good point.
because a rat would do it doesn't mean it's any better.
Make it good. It's just that something that would do it's not necessarily scary.
I mean, I think a swarm of
Anyway.
rats is very terrifying. You know, just covering you and gnawing at you.
That's a swarm, not one.
If it is the
This is
type of
true.
things that are described in that text, would you have any recommendations for us as to how to handle it?
Holy water, probably.
Quickly is the only thing I could say.
Just give that back to me. I'm gonna start sifting through it for more information.
Obviously, show that you are of great faith, but again, I've never seen any of you in here, so I'm assuming that won't work.
Just look at him.
I pray at home, sir. You don't have the right to judge me. Plus, I help people.
Those who find congregation in by themselves and not with others usually has something to hide about those they are worshiping. And he glares at you.
I just
If
don't
you
like going
don't
to
have a
church.
plan
It's
for
really
me, I
loud
won't
and
go.
people are annoying. Plus, I don't like your attitude, sir.
I don't like yours. Don't seem to have a lot of respect.
No, I don't.
Just, I'll start saying it really quiet, and then it'll get a little bit louder each time, trying to bring Patron in on it. Cheese fight, cheese fight.
Also,
Cheese
you are a
fight,
week late on your cheese delivery.
Trees.
For the love of God, I am trying. You know how many people there are in the city? You all ordered from me.
Well, hire
Maybe
more
we
people
should
to deliver.
hire a delivery driver.
How do you not have money?
Look, long story short, I pay my guys a lot of amount to help them, and almost all of my personal expenses go towards fixing my place up for them. Also increasing my farm so I can get more employees. It's a slow process. Give me time.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have expanded so quickly if you couldn't handle it.
I can handle it. I just need more
And we're
employees.
done here.
You
But
motherfucker.
they have a point. That is business 101.
Look. Cheese also takes time. It takes 2 months per thing of wheel. You know that, right?
It's not a problem. If you take orders, you should fill them on time.
And I told you this in the receipt, stipulated right here. Delivery times are to be changed at any moment depending upon the seller.
Lord Lumen, we try to give you charity.
It's not really charity. You're paying him for a service.
You have a.
You don't go to a prostitute, get laid, and be like, I have blessed you with charity.
I
It's
wouldn't
just
know
it
about
goes
that.
back to reading the book.
I
Also, Caitlin says hi. She used to work for me. Good day,
Who?
priest.
I have no idea who he's talking about.
Well, yeah, I want to do a more thorough investigation of the info inside the book.
So it's a lot of like so it looks like all the demons on the shelf were all the figurines that he had are kind of loosely sketched in here. He's not the worst sketch artist in the world. You can tell which one's which. Each one is detailed and
Don't kill him, I'll hire him.
shut up, Brandon.
No.
Each one is detailed, and what particularly they like to do. It's a lot of the same shit. It's a lot of eat kids, torture people, burn people, consume souls, those kind of things. He's got all of them named out. Some of them seem like they were made and named by someone really being too try hard. Like there's one that's called Lord Megadeth, Overlord of All Evil, or something like that.
You see Cecilia flip between that and the gray one. I look at Patron. Oh my god, he's writing demon fan fiction.
Basically, yeah.
Wait, really? Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
see
he has
this.
a self insert in this one.
Oh dear God.
And
What is he
they're
doing to
not constantly plagued by diarrhea. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, you can see that one is he clearly drew his own face into it, but like
Better looking.
but gave it like a goatee and devil horns and shit that like a edgy 12-year-old thinks is cool.
Goatee, devil horns, maybe some higher
old is this
cheekbones.
How old is this dude? Hold on.
This dude is in his early 30s.
Jesus Christ, he's sad.
It seems like this book was made when he lived with his mother.
Brandon says, shuffling his journal full of demon fan fiction under his desk.
Ah, jokes on you. It's not demon. It's angel.
It's furries.
God, I've
Well,
seen
you're not
drawings
that
of
wrong.
biblical angels, and if you can get off to that, more power to you, because holy shit.
Brandon writes
Especially
B-Stars
the
fan
giant
fiction.
eyeball.
Let's be real.
The giant
'Cause-
eyeballs are best.
Because I gotta be real, at least the pictures of demons look like they have a hole somewhere.
God, we got so off track there.
There's an eye socket on the eye one somewhere.
But yeah, it looks like.
I really want to fuck an angel in the eye.
But a lot of it looks like a 12-year-old kid made up a bunch of demons.
This kid, they're adult thing, right?
No, they are not adult themed.
No, adult thing. This person, man, child.
He is an adult, but it looks like he wrote this when he was a child, living with his mother.
Okay, so
Which
you're
is
like,
why-
whoa.
Yeah, which is why they'd be in his mother's house and not his.
I don't know if he still lives with his mother.
Yeah, it was entirely valid that he spent weekdays there to get food, because he didn't seem competent enough to cook on his own, and I don't think boxes of mac and cheese have been made yet.
Hey, I'll have you know when you're hungry and lazy, a box of mac and cheese is.
You were going to say a block of cheese.
Yes, I did. I'm not your daughter who's gonna sit there and eat handfuls of cheese.
Dude, legit. I got
Good day.
cheese to make a spaghetti pie the other day, and my kid legit opened up the fucking. I know it was to make taco salad. My kid opened up a bag of cheese when I was in bed and just ate handfuls of it because it wasn't open when I bought it, obviously, but it was open the next day. I'm like, you fucking kid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just get her a block of cheese and tell her it's hers, and get her a cheese wire.
Hey, baby. Speaking of my child, go dry your hair. I love you.
Hi, Juliet.
Brandon says hi.
Hi.
She says hi, Brandon.
She ignored you completely. I know.
She said hi to you.
Uh,
Alright. So where were we?
Leaving the church.
Leaving the church. At least Patron was. Is this the Church of Lumen? No, this is Patron.
God
Is this
damn it.
anyone with a permanent dwelling? No, this is Patron.
Move.
Now I'm sad.
Patron? No, yes, this is Patron. Holy shit.
Is this Patron? How'd you know? Who is this?
Hello, is this
You guys know
Sparkle
Patrick
Bell?
Star got his own TV show?
That's awful. Anyway. So yeah, you guys leave. Any plans on where you're gonna go next?
Well, Cece said that she was going to scan it for more information. Got info on demons.
Yep, gave you that.
I think we should bring the information we do have to Eric,
That would probably be for best.
and then maybe after that we can see if we can get any additional information from the Church of the Ancients.
Maybe while we're with Eric, we go see if Silvers is.
Because
still
I want to see if it's at all related to potentially the, culty wolty problem.
That would be a good idea.
Alright.
So we head to.
Also, he said the Church of the Ancients is across town, so.
Yeah.
So we head to guard station, then Church of Ancients.
Actually, if you pull up the map, you'll see just how far away it really is. Alright, well don't then. Fuck you.
It's not on the fucking thing.
Well, it's not on
Church
the
of
thing.
Ancients is on it.
Yeah.
World info is still the map of Vistir.
I bet. Hold on. Let's see if I can get
And the
that.
gods of Vistir. And the countries of Vistir.
I'm sorry, okay?
I could go look at the stream now that my internet doesn't suck, but then I'm giving you 2 viewers.
There you go. I just fucking posted in World Info, you bitch.
Hi, look at that. I've doubled your view count. 'Cause I'm so nice.
Oh my god. I'm blowing up, guys.
So where is the guard station on this map?
Alright, so when you leave the Church of Lumen, because you're right there on the main road, you go straight north on the road. You see the nightcap on the right side, just right next to East Village. Directly across the street from that is the guard shack.
Cool.
Yep.
So we head
The
up
guard
there.
shack just sounds like a burger place for guards.
That's what the nightcap is.
That's a beer place for guards.
Same thing. Bread at,
Everyone knows their burgers suck.
bread at this time was very yeasty.
Depends on the bread.
Holy shit, I'm tired. Alright.
Toto, no.
Total yes. Total yes. Do it, Toto.
No, he's,
All right,
he's
so we
whining.
go to the guard station.
So yeah, you guys go there. You walk in, and as you walk in, you are kind of side-eyed by most of the guards there, because having just civilians walk in off the street is still very new. Because this order to bring in all special teams and everything just happened this morning.
I'll use minor illusion as I walk in to do the what do you call it?
The badge.
No, the gangster life sunglasses dropping from the sky onto my head since everyone's looking at us anyway.
Then you just walk through the illusion.
I just make it move with me.
Oh, there you go.
It's almost like I'm an illusionist.
Almost.
We knock on Eric's door, like those other guards probably didn't do.
Oh, yeah, come in. You guys.
We have some things involving Fredrickson.
So when you walk in, you see an older guy he's starting to get that salt and pepper look, but he's got the black hair and the green eyes like his brother does. Seeing these two, it's very easy to tell that Mason was adopted. Because they both look a lot like their dad. And he goes, who are you?
Mason specialty team. We have Fredrickson.
Right. Sorry. The actual Zach just knocked over all his Alakazam cards, and I'm going to have to spend 20 minutes picking them all up when we're done here.
That
Wow,
means
what
you
a
have
magic
too many
trick.
Alakazam cards.
They fell behind my desk.
Still too many.
I like Alakazam. Sorry, one of the things that fell over is a Pokemon the first movie promo pack that has not been opened. Yeah.
Sounds
But
like
why?
you have $1,000 sitting on your desk.
What's that?
Sounds like you have at least a few $100s sitting on your desk.
Well, not anymore. They fell behind my desk, but yes. That's not even talking about the two Team Rocket cards. I have Moltres and Scyther, which are both like $100 cards.
So the things that we found are this figure that seemed to be his favorite one, and also this book that seems to have a lot of demon things in it.
Let me see the book.
I hand him the book.
It's mostly fan fiction, but the start of it's actually got real things before he starts to kind of lose himself in the fantasy.
Yeah, you can kind of see the transition here. Now, you're absolutely sure some of these are real?
Yeah, we brought him by the church.
Let's see.
Also, if they're not real, you have literally no information to go on, and your investigation is fucked. So one can hope.
Agreed. Copperpot. You see a Weasley-looking man come in.
I pick pot.
You pick pot?
Yes.
What?
He said copper pot.
So he called it a man named Copperpot. God damn it.
Well, Patron heard it as cop or pot.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
That sounds like a fun game show.
Plot or plot. You make your choice.
And it's essentially just the person has to figure out if the guy they're buying weed from is a cop or if they're getting pot.
It sounds beautiful.
That's the entire game show. And if you lose, you go to jail.
That's
I'm down
that.
for this game.
That's gonna be on Fox in 2 weeks, and Joe Rogan's gonna host it.
Oh, only if it has ivermectin commercials.
God damn it. Alright, moving on. He says, alright, make copies of these as fast as you can. Like, hey, yes, sir. And he takes them and he runs out of the room with the book. Why does he have a figurine of this thing? What is this little toy?
Well, he had other ones too. This was just the one he played with the most.
If I had to
He-
guess some kind of
he-
item,
It seemed to be the.
he,
It seemed to be the clear favorite of his.
when you say he plays with the most, he gently sets it across the desk from him.
There's a reason
yeah.
you haven't seen me actually touch most of this stuff.
You guys remember he had like an amulet too, right? Or did you forget about that?
And you see, oh yeah, and this amulet, forgot about that.
So yeah, the amulet just has a little star on it. Just a 5-point star.
And you see while she says that she has a
terrible.
little prestidigitation flame coming out of her finger, and she's using it to cleanse her mage.
Oh my god. Well, 20 minutes later, Copperpot comes back in. He hands Eric back the book. Alright, we should have our copies now.
Explain to him my theories in that time as well.
Right.
That I just don't see, even if he'd been worshipping someone, how they would find him useful enough to do it for any reason other than something abstract from him, and the only one I can think of is to harm your reputation.
That makes sense. Honestly, Fredrickson was the fucking worst. We should have just executed him when we had a
Right.
chance, but we have protocol for these things, unfortunately. No, not unfortunately. We have them for reasons.
You guys think this is a little too easy for the finest information?
I mean, we haven't found it.
The only information we successfully found was hidden under his bed in his home, his parents' home that he hasn't lived in for years.
But isn't that like super convenient? Or is it just me thinking that?
I think it's just you thinking that. Super convenient would have been finding it at his house, labeled
Evidence.
Journal of Fredrickson, and then we'd open it up and it would be like a Skyrim journal that's specifically labeled out what he's been doing to an absurd detail. Like this, and I give the cheesemaker a copy of the Lesty Argonian thing.
I have 3 of these.
I know.
I'm not
This was a new,
surprised.
this is a new edition. I know you're fond of it.
Translation.
This one has 3 extra lines of text. It
Yeah.
totally changes the tone of the book.
It's the Gnomish translation,
Perfect.
which is because there's the smart people for the most part. It's considered the high end interpretation.
Trying to get in every language.
it's like that guy who wrote about penguin foreplay and that.
What?
I'm so happy that that's a thing.
So that's what Connor's teaching his students. Got it.
No, I don't teach language arts. I teach mathematics.
I mean, still would be better than most southern schools.
Oh, that's a fact. Alright.
It's pouring outside.
Dude, it's hammering so hard right now.
It was quiet for a while there.
Yeah, this morning it about shook